What's up, guys? Welcome back to my channel for another video. This is the segment of Fulfillment by Amazon where I'll be taking you through my process that I'm going through right now. I've started from the beginning. I've had losses on my last product, and that's fine and dandy. If you haven't seen those videos, make sure you go back and then also watch episode 1. But this is episode 2. And I want this one to be about communication with your supplier. And I've taken a little bit of notes just so I can stay on point. Number one is language barriers. You have to be very comfortable in knowing that if you're going to be using a supplier outside of the United States, there's going to be a language barrier, and it could bring, feelings of doubt and rush, and you have to, or it's slowing you down. But pause, take your time on it. Realize that you don't speak fluent their language, and they don't speak fluent of your language. So take your time. Understand, it's going to happen, and that's just that on that. Number 2 is WhatsApp. So WhatsApp is a form of communication that you will use with your supplier. At least I only know about suppliers in China. So that's what we use, and essentially it's a quicker way to communicate than via email, which is where you'll start. At least that's where I start. When I reach out to a supplier, I have a professional email template where I give them a description of everything that I want within the product to make sure that they have a clear understanding of my expectations. And then from there, I put my WhatsApp number in the bottom of the email and let them know, this is what I want, but in order to communicate quicker, let's switch over to WhatsApp. And then the third one is being very specific. Be very specific in your product. This is your money. This is your business. You would hate to miscommunicate and miss something that you've already done research on and really know would help your product to sell, and it not be there. So be very specific in what you want, no matter how long it takes. And it could take days, it could take weeks. But be very specific on what you want, no matter how many times you have to go back and forth. And then the last thing about that one is time difference. Me specifically, my manufacturer is in China, so there's a 12-hour time difference. So I usually, my sleep schedule and my business schedule is coordinated with that time difference. So I'm usually speaking to my manufacturer from 7 to 9 p.m. Eastern time, and then anywhere between 4 to probably 8 a.m. Eastern time. So those are the points. Language barriers, using WhatsApp, being specific, and time difference. So, and then now I want to give you just a little bit of the actual experience of what's happening. So at this point in my process, I have my manufacturer, I have the product that I want, and this is why I want this to be about the communication side of it. One way of running this business is to differentiate yourself from the competition. So I've had to go back and forth many times, and my representative had to run the numbers at least 10 times in order to get it to the point that was comfortable for me. And what that means is, I feel like a lot of people don't speak on the margins aspect of it. And with margins, that's one of the most important aspects of the business. If you are buying it for X amount and selling it for Y amount, you have to make sure that there's some room for you to make a profit. So the reason that I've had to go back and forth is because I've wanted to differentiate with a bunch of different things, and I have a set budget, and figure out how do I make the unique changes to my product but still stay within my budget. And going back to like the communication aspect, I felt bad sometimes having her run the numbers over and over again, because I was like, I'm so sorry. I said it sometimes, but like I really felt it. And then I got to a place where I was like, okay, stop saying sorry. You're just curious. You have to figure it out and make sure that it's what you want and what you know based off of the information that you have will sell. So I've had to go back and forth, and she's had to do a lot of work, and I'm so appreciative of her. But that happens. It happens. So we narrowed down what exactly it is I wanted, and like even at the last minute when it was X amount, I sat and I also get a notebook. Get a notebook where you can just jot down the numbers and write everything out. I had to run the numbers again, and with my final product, I knocked off probably $800 or $900, changing what I actually want as a final product, and also taking into consideration what would actually sell. So that happened, and now we're at the point I've paid for the product, and I don't want to go into specifics of margins right now. I think I'm going to save that for a later video, but there are other costs to it. So far, I paid for the production costs of making the product and the shipping it to Amazon's warehouse. That's already out the door, out the gate. For this next part, there's 3 other things that I have to do. So with the product that I finalized, it's bigger than the package that they usually offer. So some suppliers will offer you a product with a box or packaging that they already use for all of their other buyers, and that's fine. You can use that box. It depends on how you want to approach the business. Some people think that I need to say that. That's going to be too much. I chose a blank box because that's what fit my product. So I had to pay a little more for that. And then with the labeling, the way that I want to do it is I'm going to put my logo onto the box. So I had to communicate what that looked like, send the pictures of it, how big I wanted it. That's an extra cost. I also had to send the labels from Amazon that will tell Amazon system who my product is. So when it gets to the warehouse and they scan it, that's the way that they can tell it's my product, is being sold by me, blah. You can ask your manufacturer to put those labels on, or you can ask Amazon to put those labels on, but Amazon is going to charge more than your manufacturer. Amazon, I think they charge, I want to say 15 cents per label, whereas my manufacturer charges 3 cents per label. So that's a huge cost that goes back into margins. Know your numbers, know your numbers, know your numbers. And then the last label is the shipping label, which we haven't gotten to just yet. We're talking about it now. Again, with the time difference, she's no longer responding because it's morning time there. But that's the last thing that I have to do. Once they finalize the product and how much it'll weigh and the dimensions of the box, that's how Amazon calculate their fee when you get it to their warehouse. So have to figure that out. We'll probably solidify that by tomorrow, according to my manufacturer. Or no, not tomorrow. once they do all of the manufacturing and it's done, that'll probably take at least, I want to say, I'm just going to give a week. So I may not be back for another video for a week. But yes, that's all I have. Drop down in the comments to let me know if you have any questions about this part so far. Happy to answer any questions. Really excited about this segment of this channel. Woo, 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 woo. Like, comment, subscribe. It will definitely help me to build up my YouTube channel because that's what I want to do. And just talk more about business aspects of things I'm venturing out to. Whatever. That's all I got. Peace, love, blessings. Bye.